Customs here. What I'm doing today is actually removing an old mantle. I actually have one on this side and one on the other side. My house is approximately built in 1870s, and these have been closed up for probably 30 or 40 years, and they're not worth repairing. The inside of the chimney is pretty rough, and it's been capped off about 15 years ago. So what I'm doing is actually taking out the mantle, and I'm going to actually build a type of header under here to support it, and plywood, and then sheetrock over top. Another thing I have to do is actually cut out the floor here, approximately down to there and over, because it's quite high up in this area, probably off by a couple inches. So I have to level the floors. I'm putting new flooring down in about a month. Mantle looked like on the other side that I took out earlier. Again, this one here will be taken out. This mantle's in pretty good shape, so I'll probably save it. Not sure what I'll use it for, but put it in the barn. And again, on this side here, I'm going to take out the tile here and actually level this part of the floor too. Thing that I also noticed, I'm not going to do it right now, but when you actually open up that cap there, it's full of ash and old creosote. When the chimney was capped off, I have a feeling they threw all the bricks down and it broke all the creosote away. Kind of a neat thing I found in behind the mantle is a old newspaper, and was able to find a date of 1888, as well as an old one of the old metal pitchers. So it's been back there for quite some time. It's all boarded up there now. Just going to put a couple little pieces here, and then once that's done, it's going to be 1/2-inch drywall on top of that. And then the next thing to do is start demoing that floor. Pretty much everything you see right in the screen there is going to have to be cut up. It's quite high there, so I can make room for the hardwood after. The other side, that's the next one to come out. Again, I have a pellet stove in the house, and like I said, these haven't been in use for probably 30-40 years. So this here, it actually comes up. You can see where I've already started cutting it through the drywall, and then it's bolted on each corner, right up in the corner under the crack fill. So that'll be the next one to take out. Back side of the mantle from the living room. You can tell it's been up there for quite some time. I would say from the 1870s. Here's what it looks like with the mantle taken off. So next step, I gotta get this flush. So I gotta knock all that old plaster stuff off. Behind that's bricks, and then I gotta board it up. So it's one hell of a mess. Ready to board her up. A couple days later, what I've done is I got the old mantles, the old fireplaces, all drywalled in. And I'm just starting the crack filling process. So this is the one in the dining room. This is the mantle in the living room. Again, it's all drywalled in, and starting the crack filling process. It's probably going to take a couple coats, sanding in between to get it all nice and smooth to the rest of the wall, so you didn't even know it was there. So I finished crack filling, and it's got its first coat of paint. You see where it's kind of bled through a little bit, where the majority of the crack fill was at. Didn't turn out too bad so far. I'm probably going to have to paint that whole wall so it's blended in nicely. So this is the dining room side. So this is the living room side. Again, it's going to need another coat. You can kind of see the outline, like I said, on the other side where a majority of the crack fill is at. It didn't turn out too bad. There's a little bit of uneven spot kind of right there, but that's where the paint bled through the crack fill bled through the paint there. So again, it's going to need another coat of paint there, but it didn't turn out too bad. And again, I'm just going to paint both walls to blend it in nicely. And then the next thing is the floor leveler. On a kind of a different note, cleaning up the floor there, I noticed that there's some old maps under it, dated June 1946. It's kind of a cool find. My relative who owned this house before me was a harbor pilot and had a ton of maps, so it's funny how, you know, many years ago, about 82 years ago, they put maps underneath the flooring. Anyways, hope you like this little series. Again, what I have left to do is paint both walls, and then onto the old floor leveler, and then the new flooring and trim. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.